don't.
You onto your way, me onto mine.
You, I do me.
I hear that.
You feel me?
I hear that still.
Do you know what I love about Islam though? Is that we're all shook.
Yeah.
No matter, you could be an imam who sleeps in the mosque. And one thing I love is when I went to Umrah and I saw like everyone's crying. When you're doing like Safa and Marwa, everyone is
but when I got
trying their best. Like just like please, like, and that fear is what is the beauty of the religion, bro. Because nobody's perfect, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never made us to be perfect.
Never.
But we strive to be as best as we can be, and that's why all of these surahs, there's so many lessons, and I always say, bro, it's a cheat code being Muslim, bro. There's so many opportunities for you to change your life or guide yourself to, to paradise, bro. So,
Right way.
And that's what I'm saying. Even you see the thing about being Muslim, yeah. Obviously, like we all know the aim to go to heaven. But aside from that, it's just like it just makes life easier.
yeah.
Like, if you follow the deen, you follow what Allah tells you to do.
Anytime you follow instructions, everything that comes in this world comes with instructions. When you buy this desk, you see how it's leaning, you didn't follow the instructions.
It wasn't me that built it.
We only just try and put it together. No, but anytime you follow the instructions, it works better.
Facts.
Like it will last longer. It's like a car. You buy a car, a man's telling you, yeah, it's diesel, do this, oil it, service it, do this, you'll have smooth. You go and put Red Bull in your car and I'm gonna do what I want. It's mine. I bought it. Your car's gonna probably break down on this journey.
100.
And that's how it is in life. We follow the instructions. You can go further, and you have a smoother journey.
Even on that now, yeah. So obviously we know Allah's real, yeah. All the time. Every time you wake up, it's a miracle, yeah. What's a time where you felt like, yo, Allah, you had me that day? Like you could obviously many times. What's a day where you thought, Allah, like I can't believe you done that. Like you know the ones there.
I think obviously some things I won't say on here, but on a more wow, anything's possible if you pray, is when man did the BET Awards, and obviously bro, I just started, I was like a year in, so man's got the letter to say you're going over there. Bro, I'm in the shower about to get ready to go and actually do the red carpet, I've opened up this letter and it's got like $500 that they're giving me just to use for the time I'm over there. I've seen the itinerary I'm interviewing, like Ghana, Thai, like all of these artists that like whatever. Bro, I'm in the shower, I started crying, bro. I said, SubhanAllah, you've changed my life in the space of 6 to 7 months, but I didn't believe that it would happen. I was just like hoping and praying that this would happen, and that's when I was like, and from then I never ever left Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I was just like, I prayed for this. I said, listen, I'll sacrifice everything, friends, lifestyle, whatever, for this. Just change my life, my direction, and He gave me everything I asked for. So that was like, if you don't believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is real, bro, that was my indication. It's there, live up.
What about you?
I come back to me. I'm still thinking.
Obviously, there's stuff I don't want to say on stream as well. Honestly, but like, I just feel like every day, man. Every day is a blessing, as you said. What about you? Is there a time where you're like...
There's many.
You know what I'll tell you? You know when I knew God was real, Not like that. You know, a moment I was like, yo, Allah, like, you blessed me. But, like, bro.
I didn't revert. I was born Muslim, bro. Mum and dad are both Muslim.
Like I never knew when I was ever coming home, innit? And to the time when I just got out, like on the day, remember I'm just going to workshop like normal, and they're like, yo, you know you're going home today.
Not knowing when you're coming home must be like.
Yeah. So for me, and then I've said this story before, but I remember walking down this long road in Ford, and I had these bags, bro. You know them bags, well, not everyone, but these bags. But basically, it's got my belongings, you feel me? And I'm like, bro, this train station is far. And my phones was dead. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know when you're carrying something, and then you have to stop, rest, and go again. And then the limo went past and came back. And I said, is your name da-da-da? And I was like, yeah. He's like, get in. I was like, yeah, bro.
That's actually a move.
Like, you didn't even know.
No.
But someone had said,
yeah.
Limo.
Yeah. I know something limo. But just just like to know that I was literally in prison greens, to that, not to glorify that whole thing, but just to know that your life could go from
that to that.
I was like, I even knew from that moment, like, raw, I ain't going back to the bin. I swear that.
Good one, then.
That's why they say, remember the promises. Remember the promises you made to Allah when you was in a time of hardship. Sometimes when a man's facing certain things, you'll start negotiating with your Lord. I promise if you let me sweat this, I'll never this again. I'll never. See, when the hardship's facing you, that's when you start negotiating. I promise I will never. And then when you get through it, sometimes you forget the promises you made. So I say, remember the promises.
Allah knows that.
Yeah, I know Allah knows. Sometimes Allah knows you better than you know
yourself.
yourself.
Allah knows that. So I believe that when Allah's giving you these things, He knows your intention more than anyone. Way more than yourself.
That's it.
That intention is, I think, what saves a lot of people.
100%.
It's the intention, bro. Like
intention. That's what I love about the beauty of Islam. It's the intention.
Yeah, bro.
Because you see, there's a difference between a sin, where, let's say you got a bad habit, or you're just not good at something, or you struggle with something. There's a difference between that type of sin and a sin where you intentionally go and hurt people and harm people and bring like your bad mind. You know, because those sins, they say that's the bankrupt person. That's the sins that you have to get the forgiveness from them. The people, like on that day, say he done this to me, he done that to me, he stole from me, he talked about me behind my back. Those kind of sins, or they hurt me, he abused me. But it's different from the ones where the sins that you do are minor sins. Allah can forgive you for them sins. You know, as long as you stay away from the major. So yeah, definitely.
How about you? What's the time when
to be honest, it was times when I was a little bit different. And Allah done me some favors, but I didn't know could. Let's just say this is here, and I'm saying Allah just make it invisible to them. And I've seen them go like that, right? Nothing's here. Alright, let's go. And my mum said, I'm away. My mum said they came and I saw them, and I was just like, so that's when I remember saying, I said, which of Allah's favors can you deny? That's why I love that song. I said, which of Allah's favors can you deny? Like, and He done that for me, and I made promises, and I went back. Because He knows. And then again, something like that happened. See, the third time, that's when I said, you know what? Allah is doing me favors, I've got to do myself a favor. I'm not going to do certain things again now. Or, what Allah might do is, because sometimes Allah might say, you know what? Let me just give you a little road accident, put you in a wheelchair, because that will wake you up.
No, you need that.
But sometimes you need
No. But I'll be real with you. No. You know what?
There was a lot.
But sometimes you say, I know, I say, don't do me a favor and put me in that. I want to wake up before. Help me.
A lot of men have to learn the hard way though.
Sometimes you might say, let me give you a 10, let me give you a 15.
This is actually the best water in the whole world. Shout out to Trip. Yeah, of course, blood. Shout out to Trip. Trust me.
What is that?
Water.
What?
Big Zoo's water.
Okay.
Got to support the Aki. But yeah, what's I gonna say?
Yeah, sometimes Allah will do, because if Allah wants you to, He wants you to do well. Say God wants you to do well, and He can see you're struggling. He might just do you a favor and say, you know, we'll help you do well. Let me just, and your qadr will be, you're gonna get in, because once you get in an accident or you find that you got illness. There's a brother called Ali Banat in Australia. When he got cancer, his video, he said, gifted with cancer. He said it was a gift. Because if it weren't for that cancer, he wouldn't have changed.
Wow.
So he said that was my gift. Allah gifted me with cancer to help me change. Because then once he got that, he changed up everything, and then he died in a state of doing charity and helping.
I heard something that we're put through hardships to get closer to Allah in the first place.
That's why I said you need that. Like everything that's happened or is happening is written anyway. So this is the journey that man has to take, bro. So a lot of people think that, you know, like, why me? It's a blessing, bro. You're going through something to learn something. And that's why whenever you go through something, if you don't leave that more wiser than you was before, you don't understand what's happened.
I give you the quote. Chat, you lot can take this quote. It's by Ibn Taymiyyah. They call him Shaykh al-Islam. It says, a hardship that brings you closer to Allah is better for you than a blessing that takes you further away. Some blessings take you further. A hardship that brings you closer to Allah is better for you than a blessing that takes you further.
No, that's a good question.
There's some good questions in the chat.
What is it like being in the industry and being Muslim?
It's a good question still.
Sometimes I find it difficult.
Good question.
It is difficult.
Sometimes I find it difficult.
Do
you know why though?
It makes the fire feel hot.
Because you know what it is for me.
That's true though.
Yeah,
that's what it makes it feel like.
The more you get closer to Allah, the more guilty you feel. The more guilty you feel.
Okay.
Allah tests those He loves.
So there's certain things that I'm like, oh, man, why am I doing this? But I know my intention is it's not for the glory that people think it's for. I do this for my family.
Am I in the middle?
Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? But I'll say one thing is like a lot of the people,
it might be me.
No.
A lot of people don't know man's
State your
intention.
name, boy.
That's what it is. A lot of people on socials that watch us, they don't know man's intentions.
Yeah.
They don't know what man does behind closed doors.
It's not for them to know.
But it's not for them to know.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you care about what people say or think about you, then it's an issue. But my thing is with Allah, bro. As long as my relationship with Allah is strong and I'm doing what I need to do, and I pray for my forgiveness, bro, I'm fine, bro.
You know what it is? You see when they say what's it like being Muslim in the industry, it's like, bro, like
it's our own people, though. Do you know that? I'll be real with you. It's not any like other religion that's coming out.
You're on about the comments though, like the people watching at home.
Oh, bro, in that regard, it's easy because I don't smoke or drink.
Yeah, they're more on about the influence.
I don't promote anything that is haram. So it's like, in that regard, it's easy, but that has come with time. But in regards to that comments and stuff, it's usually man's own.
Yeah, like us Muslims. Even when I posted this flyer, bro, I was getting bare comments, bro.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
That's a bit annoying though.
You see, Shaitan. Remember, he had ego and arrogance. When he got cast out of the heavens, he made a promise. He says, I'm gonna distract the believers. I'm gonna lead them astray. I'm gonna take them off the straight path. Now the way he's not gonna tempt. The way he's attacked us best is not by like saying, he's a Muslim, let me get him to drink, let me get him. It's by turning us against each other. He's
like
the whispers in the air.
Even the fact that you're getting hateful comments, bro. This day here, the fact that we came here today and prayed together, ate together, like, bro. Remember, you lot have fed. How much man in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 man. That's fasting. The reward in that alone is brazy. You understand what I'm trying to say? So people that say these things like, so what would you rather us do? Link in the bando? Do you want the stream from the bando?
No.
Like what would you rather man do? Even if it's one day out of the whole month, what would you rather man do? You see what I'm saying? Like, it don't even make sense.
But that's why man just rush it.
But it's anytime I've had like, when you've got time that day, and you're like, I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna tell you about yourself,
What to reply back?
It always ends with, may Allah forgive us. Like it always ends on a humble one.
That's how you know it was Shaitan.
Yeah, but then also it's like, it's Shaitan as well, but it's like you want a reaction. And you know that this is something that will get a reaction. And I never respond to it. But then sometimes I feel like I've got time. Let me tell you that what you're doing is even worse. Like, you get me? You're supposed to, if I see my brother doing something wrong, I'm supposed to come and tell him, listen, as a brother, be mindful of what you're doing. But if I'm putting you down while doing it, that's
even worse.
That's even worse than what I've even done.
Then you shouldn't. If you're gonna put them down, there's so much delicacy with it. Enjoying the good, forbidding the evil. But if forbidding the evil is gonna lead to a greater evil, you should leave it. Don't even So it's not every time. Like, if you see someone doing wrong, you should go up to them and say, "Yo, listen." When I was studying in Kuwait, one man used to come to class with a gold chain on. The teacher never said nothing. I'm thinking to myself, what, can't you see this gold chain? That man's got to tell him that's haram, because I'm conditioned like that. Come from it. And then the teacher never said nothing. He just said, how was the class? Come next week. Next week he come, he's still not saying nothing about the gold chain. Until I'm thinking to myself, And then after he told some stories and that, the guy Marcus from America was like, Sheikh, I wanted to ask you about my gold chain. Like, do you think it's small? It's only small little thin ones inside. So that means I was studying that story he told us, and I learned about gold and the men. Should I take it off? And he was like, yes, definitely. But it's beautiful. And I was thinking to myself, do you know what? You knew what you was doing all along, but you wanted him to not feel offended, and to not feel attacked. So you done it in a certain way that he learned it for himself. And I said, you know, if that was us on the ends, let him come Brixton match of that goal before he even took off his right trainer. Man, but they said, "Salam alaikum, let me give you an Islam. This is haram. You got to take because which is good intentions. Which is good intentions. No one got bad intentions. What I'm saying,
what you want about it?
There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. And you can tell when a man's got wisdom.
And that's the main
by
problem
their manners.
In our ends is outside of Islam. Man not knowing how to address certain things in the correct way.
It's the wisdom.
You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta learn how to carry yourself to get.
It's humility as well.
Yeah, the results.
Humility is the biggest, I think, attribute you can have in Islam.
Yeah, 100%.
To be able to not take anything personal and do it for the sake of Allah. That is what will guide you, I feel, more than anything. Because
Shaitan, what it will do to a lot of people when they get knowledge and start learning things, whispers in their ear that look at these people, they're not on your look at what they're doing. You left that, and then you start talking down to people. Man, this is one of the greatest sins in the eyes of Allah. It's someone who thinks they're above someone else, talks down to someone else, looks down. So you end up talking with arrogance. Turns into arrogance.
But it even says in the Quran, if you don't learn humility, you're gonna get humiliated by force anyways.
That's one thing I pray against, you know. Please, don't embarrass me.
Yeah, so if you don't be humble, you're gonna get humble.
I don't need it.
The humble man wins. I feel like behind closed doors, everyone believes that they are that person that they want to be, right? But there is always someone. Back in the day, there's always someone stronger than you, someone better than you, and that's just life, bro. But for me personally, bro, the humility side of things, that's something I've learned by having absolutely nothing and being okay with that. So then when Allah gave me everything, nothing changed.
That's it.
It was more about my purpose was just to continue, and that's why whenever anything bad happens in man's career or life or whatever, I'm like, if this is what Allah wants, I'm happy with it.
100%.
That's it. If it means that I'm not supposed to do my job anymore, fine. Because man's had problems, things happen, cancellations, all of that stuff. And I've always said, bro, Bruce, how many times have you called me? And I'm Gucci because I'm just like, brother, if this is meant to end today, this was part of it.